Hi, I'm Erin Rios with Kansas Corn Stem, and today we are going to go through the growth cycle of corn. So corn has several different growth cycles, but we're just going to hit on 4 of them. So in your package, you should have received a piece of paper that looks like this, and then a little bag that has some of the materials in it that we need. Some of the other materials that you would probably want is either just plain glue for sure. If you want a glue stick also, you can have that. If you want some scissors, you can do that, and I'll hit on why you might need those here in a little bit. And then I'm going to use colored pencils, but you can use markers, crayons. You could just use a pencil if you wanted to. So I'll need those later for one of them. So like I said, corn has several growth cycles, but we're just going to hit on the 4 that we have on this sheet, which is seed, sprout, plant, and ear of corn. So what we want to do is you just take that paper, put it down in front of you, and then we're going to get all the fun things out that are in this bag. So in your bag, you should have received 2 leaves that look like this, 2 green stickers, a little bag of corn, and then 3 little rectangle pieces of brown paper. So I'm going to start with the first, which is seed. So I'm going to take one of these brown pieces of paper, and you can just glue it on the bottom of this sheet how it is, or if you want to get fun and creative with it, that's where your scissors come into play. So I have a pair of scissors that has the ripple effect on it. So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to cut it out so it kind of looks like what soil does when you plant things in it. So you can cut it many ways. You can cut it so it's V'd. You don't have to cut it at all, but this is how that looks after cutting it. So then I'm going to take my glue stick, and we are going to glue that into the seed box. So then it looks like this. So then you're going to want to get your bag of corn, and you can dump all of it out because we're going to use it in several different stages. And then you're going to want to take your regular glue, and I would just put 2 dots because we're going to plant 2 seeds on the brown sheet of paper. So it looks like that corn is being planted in the soil. And then just set that piece of corn down on there, and it is planted. Okay, then we're going to move on to the next stage, which is sprout. You have another one of your pieces of paper. I'm not going to cut this one, just so you guys can kind of see what it looks like without it cut. We're going to use a glue stick, put that down in there at the bottom of that box. And then you have 2 green stickers. So you want to go ahead and just peel those off, and this represents the sprout of the corn plant. So this is when it's coming out of the ground, probably anywhere from probably 7 to 12 days is when it's going to start looking like this. When it starts to pop up out of the ground and get really growing, and you can row it is what they say. So you'll be able to look out into a field and see rows of the corn, and that's a really neat stage for farmers. So you just stick both of those on there because those are your 2 seeds that you planted, and they're coming up. So then the next stage we're going to work on is the plant. So you're going to take your last piece of brown paper. Let's have some fun with this. We'll cut this one too. So I'm going to use my fun ripple scissors that I have. Cut it, and then I'm going to put the glue on the back. And in this one, you're going to want to draw a corn plant. And you can kind of draw it in any stage. I mean, really what I'm going to draw is a fully grown corn plant. So I'm going to get my colored pencils out. But I mean, you can draw other stages if you want. It just kind of depends on what you're wanting to represent. And you'll be able to find what corn plants look like in the book. So the kids can kind of copy off of whatever they want. So I'm going to start with a dark green pencil and just go in here and draw my plant. some yellow in here to represent the cob. I like to take brown and kind of make it so it looks like there are more kernels, but they don't have to do that. And then kind of up at the top, just kind of make it so it looks like it has those tassels up at the top. And then you have your corn plant. And then the last stage we're going to do is we are going to build a ear of corn. So you want to take these 2 leaves, use your glue, whichever one you want, your stick or your regular glue. And you're just going to want to put this on the page in the ear of corn box and kind of a V shape. Okay? So it will look like this when you're like that. Okay? So then you're going to take your pieces of corn and your glue, and you're going to start gluing those into that V, so it kind of looks like a corn on the cob. So just put like a dot of glue down, and you just want to place that piece of corn on the glue. I have found that it's easy to kind of make a line up the middle and have that kind of be your base of your corn cob, but you don't have to do that. They can just make it however they want on there and start whichever way they want to do. And so I just, like I said, make a base, and then I kind of branch off from there. So, you know, have the kids get a little creative with it, have them look in the book and see what it looks like. I have a finished product of what it looks like that. So it's all kind of clumped up and looking like an ear of corn coming out of there. So this is what the finished product should look like: your seeds, your sprout, your plant, and your ear of corn. If you have any other questions, you can go to wegrocorn.com.